Real Madrid was not born as the greatest club in football history. It was forged by time, pressure, ambition, and an almost obsessive refusal to accept limits. At the start of the 20th century, football in Spain was still finding its identity. It was a sport played mostly by amateurs, divided by regions, social classes, and local rivalries. Clubs represented neighborhoods, schools, and social circles. There was no global vision, no continental obsession, and certainly no concept of football empires. In 1902, when Real Madrid was founded, it was simply one of many clubs trying to survive in this fragmented environment. There were no guarantees of greatness, no prophecy of dominance. What existed even then was an unusual ambition. From its earliest years, Real Madrid did not want to be just competitive. It wanted visibility. It wanted relevance. It wanted to matter beyond its immediate surroundings. Early domestic success gave the club legitimacy, but not supremacy. Madrid was respected, not feared. At that point, nothing separated it from other growing Spanish clubs. The difference would come later, not suddenly but gradually, shaped by history, politics, infrastructure, and above all, mentality. The Spanish Civil War changed everything. The country emerged fractured, economically devastated, and emotionally scarred. Football, like many cultural institutions, became more than entertainment. It became identity, distraction, and symbolism. While many clubs struggled to recover, Real Madrid managed to reorganize itself with a long-term vision. One decision symbolized this ambition more than any other: the reconstruction and expansion of the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium. This was not simply about capacity. It was about declaring that Real Madrid would be a stage for greatness, a place where football history would be written, not remembered. But infrastructure alone does not create legends. That required players capable of redefining what football dominance meant. Alfredo Di Stefano was not just a great signing. He was a turning point in the history of the sport. With him, Real Madrid transformed from a strong club into a continental force. Di Stefano embodied total football before the term existed. He ran, defended, attacked, organized, and finished. More importantly, he imposed a mentality. Between 1956 and 1960, Real Madrid won the first 5 European Cups ever played. 5 consecutive titles. This was not coincidence. It was superiority. Madrid did not simply adapt to European competition, it defined it. The club established itself as the face of continental football, setting a benchmark that others could only chase. Those victories created something permanent: expectation. From that moment forward, Real Madrid stopped being judged by effort or progress. It was judged only by results. Winning became normal. Anything less became failure. This pressure did not weaken the club. It shaped it. The Santiago Bernabéu became a unique place in football, a stadium where legends were celebrated but never protected. Applause had to be earned every week. Whistles were not betrayal. They were reminders of the standard. Over the decades, Real Madrid experienced cycles of dominance and moments of crisis. Tactical revolutions left the club searching for identity. European droughts tested patience. Rivals rose, mocking Madrid's past glory. But unlike many historic clubs that faded, Real Madrid learned a crucial lesson early. Tradition is not enough. Reinvention is survival. This philosophy led to one of the boldest experiments in football history. At the turn of the millennium, Florentino Perez launched the Galacticos era. The idea was radical: gather the greatest stars in the world, not only to win trophies, but to transform Real Madrid into a global institution. Luis Figo's controversial arrival set the tone. Zinedine Zidane added elegance. Ronaldo brought explosiveness. David Beckham expanded global reach. Critics questioned balance and tactics. Some seasons disappointed. But one thing was undeniable: Real Madrid had become the most visible club on the planet. Football was no longer just sport, it was culture, media, and global identity. And Madrid was at the center of it. Even when results fluctuated, the ambition never disappeared. The modern era would test that ambition brutally. After years of Champions League frustration, Real Madrid faced the unthinkable: irrelevance in Europe. Then came Cristiano Ronaldo. His arrival marked the beginning of one of the most dominant periods in modern football. Goals became routine. Records fell relentlessly. But more importantly, Real Madrid rediscovered its most dangerous weapon: belief in impossible moments. Under Zinedine Zidane, now as a coach, the club perfected something uniquely its own: calm under chaos, control under pressure, the ability to wait, suffer, and strike when it mattered most. 4 Champions League titles in 5 years confirmed something many had always suspected: the Champions League is Real Madrid's natural territory. Behind the scenes, evolution continued. Training became scientific. Data analysis became standard. Global scouting ensured continuity. Yet, despite modernization, one thing remained unchanged. Real Madrid stayed a member-owned club, preserving identity while embracing innovation. This balance is rare. Most clubs choose between tradition and progress. Real Madrid mastered both. Today, the club's greatness is not defined solely by trophies. It is defined by longevity at the top, by consistency across generations, by the refusal to accept decline as destiny. Players arrive in Madrid knowing comfort does not exist here. Only expectation, only challenge, only history watching. Some thrive, others crumble. But the institution remains, demanding more from the next generation. Real Madrid is different not because it wins the most, but because it never stops demanding to win. This is not a club built on moments. It is a club built on standards. And that is how Real Madrid became the greatest club in football history.